Hey everybody, welcome to Starbase Nerdtron, where we're going to be talking about Season 3, Episode 7 of The Mandalorian. If you have not seen this episode yet, stop this video, go watch it, and then come right back, because there will be spoilers, you have been warned. Okay, this is what I was really hoping was going to happen. We're getting, all of a sudden, all of those plot threads that people have been complaining, oh, they're going off on tangents, it doesn't have anything to do with the story, oh, it's going so slow. Now it's all coming to a head, and it's all becoming relevant to the story. This is exactly what I was hoping was going to happen. So, just to recap real quick, we start off with that Imperial Shadow Court, or Shadow Council, with the different Imperial remnants sitting there, and we realize that there has actually been an Imperial conspiracy going on all this time, with different factions of the Empire's remaining commanders kind of squabbling with each other. We get a name check of Thrawn, that he is coming back. We knew it was going to happen because we saw it in Ahsoka in the trailer, but now we got confirmation that it's actually relevant here, and now they're setting up Gideon versus Thrawn, which is really, really cool. We're also seeing, and I'm not so sure how much I approve of this, but it's happening, so you gotta live with it, that they're also setting up the whole plot line of the Rise of Skywalker, with the cloning of the Emperor and so forth. We're getting that. That's what the Operation Project Necromancy is. And they're having links to this all throughout this year across a bunch of different properties. We're seeing this in the Bad Batch. We saw relevance to this. We're seeing it here. We're seeing these little bits and threads being dropped across a bunch of different shows, and they're all going to be coming together, I'm guessing, in Ahsoka, which is going to be the thing that wraps everything up. But the whole part with the Imperials just really, I loved that scene, the way they had them kind of maneuvering for power against each other, and you could see their factions and stuff. Oh, it was a wonderfully done scene. Then we cut over to the Mandalorian, and for some reason they have Grogu in the IG-12 now, kind of a walker thing. This was the part I didn't like, the goofy humor of he's walking around pressing the buttons, yes and no. They do use it to good effect later on when the two Mandalorians are fighting, but I know why they do it. That's what Grogu is there for at this point, to look cute and be annoying. But I thought it was unnecessary, honestly. They could have found some other way to stop that fight. Unless the IG-12 walker droid is going to have some big significance later on. I could have lived without it, quite frankly. But the tensions they show of the different factions of the Mandalorians, I thought were really well done. You're getting multiple clans together, and then they all go. They're going to retake Mandalore, which Moff Gideon had destroyed in the purging of Mandalore. So they go there. They're investigating. They want to find the Great Forge. They find some survivors who seem to have managed to live on the planet despite the bombardment for at least years. And then within like 3 hours of them meeting the other Mandalorians, their whole ship is destroyed, and they're walking around. That was a little weird. They see this dinosaur coming out of the earth, and they keep sailing right for it. Why was that? I don't know. But in any event, it got them where they needed to go, and they're all underground. And now we have these half Mandalorian, half Stormtrooper guys ambush them, and it turns out that there's a whole Imperial base with that's run by Gideon, and now we know why he's been so obsessed with the Mandalorians over the course of the 2 seasons. So it's all really coming together. I love this. The battle at the end between Gideon's forces and the combined Mandalorian forces was terrific. Got to see all the cool jump packs, and they're using those jet lines that they had. It's just really, really cool stuff. They go into the whole thing about how she got how Gideon got the Darksaber, and it was just really, I loved that whole scene. This whole episode, except, like I say, the part with Grogu walking around being goofy. I thought this was terrific stuff, and we are in fact seeing, in my opinion, we're getting set up for a big meta plot that's actually going to link up with the Disney trilogy at some point, because they're laying the groundwork. We've got the cloners that have been featured in the Bad Batch. We've got the cloning guy here who was in the last episode and a couple episodes before in last season. We're seeing all these threads being carefully picked up and put together. It's just really, really well done. If this has been coordinated, then kudos to them. If it's been coordinated as precisely and actively as it seems to me that it has been. So anyway, I loved this episode. This is the payoff for me for having to sit through some pretty, why are we here kind of episodes. And, at the time I didn't quite enjoy it, but now that I'm here and now that I can actually see where all the plot threads are going, I'm looking back on it and realizing, oh yeah, this had to happen so we could do this and that. I'm really loving it. So, and it also makes me think that the IG-12 thing is going to be really significant at some point, because they wouldn't have gone through, they wasted 2 whole episodes to tell us that they couldn't make IG-11 again. So now that they have IG-12, it makes me think that something is happening with that. It's going to play some pivotal role in the next episode, I think, before we hit the finale. So anyway, I loved this one. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments. Do you agree with me about the narrative threads? And am I just seeing things when I'm bringing in stuff from like the Bad Batch and other shows and thinking that they're all going to be relevant here? And Ahsoka also seems to absolutely be relevant here. I would love nothing more than to have Thrawn show up in the very last scene of this show, of this season, in the finale, and take over from Gideon or something like that. I would love to see that. So anyway, let me know what you thought in the comments, and I will talk to y'all later. Have a wonderful day.